It's the battle for the Palladium. We'll have the full preview of tonight's big game.
Stay tuned. TrojanVision Nightly News coming straight to you from Movie Gallery Veterans Stadium starts now.
From the worldwide campuses of Troy University, this is TrojanVision Nightly News.
Hello and welcome to this special edition of TrojanVision Nightly News coming to you from Movie Gallery Veterans Stadium. I'm Meg Smith.
And I'm Jessica Bozeman. Thank you for joining us for this football-themed October 6th newscast. And the reason we're here tonight is because of the annual Battle of the Palladium.
Now, you know, Troy and Middle Tennessee compete every year for the trophy, but how did the competition originate? Mackenzie Hicks has the story.
The Battle for the Palladium is a 6-year tradition between Middle Tennessee and Troy University, but many of the current students on campus have no idea where the Palladium came from or how the rivalry got started.
The idea was both teams were about to join the Sun Belt. At that time, we had not played UAB in a couple years, and so we were kind of looking for a renewed rivalry as well. Since our in-state rival UAB, we never long played. So we thought that Middle Tennessee, it made sense geographically, and then it also made sense that we were going to be playing them each year during conference as well.
Both Middle Tennessee and Troy have a Greek background, and it was an old myth about an object that brought safety to the town in which it was held that inspired the creation of the Palladium Trophy.
In Greek mythology, it says that it fell from, it was a wooden statue that fell from the heavens, and it was kept in the temple of Athena in the city of Troy. And while it rested in the city of Troy, the city would be safe and secure. But during the Trojan War, a raider by the name of Odysseus, as we all know, came in during the Trojan War, stole the Palladium, and that led to the demise and the fall of the city of Troy.
In the 5 years the Trojans have played for the Palladium, Troy has housed the Palladium in the SGA office for 4 out of the 5. And head coach Larry Blakeney feels that students look at this game as a true rivalry and not just another game.
Well, I think it's certainly become a lot more important to our students since the Palladium has been in place. And you know, I think they travel well here, we travel well there. It's normally a pretty doggone good game. And
Spry hopes that the Battle for the Palladium will become a nationally prominent rivalry and hopes that the Trojans can keep it in Troy for years to come. Mackenzie Hicks, Troy TrojanVision News.
Is a recent part of Trojan football history, a history going back 100 years. This season, Troy is celebrating 100 years of football. Let's take a look back at where it all began.
In 1909, the Troy Normal School football team only had 11 members, but the first win for the Troy teachers began the legacy of champions. Billy Adkins led the Red Wave to the 1968 NAIA National Championship. Head coach Chan Gailey led the Trojans to 19 wins and the 1984 Division II National Championship. In 1987, the third national championship for the Trojans came under Rick Rhodes.
With a final score, Troy State 31 and Portland State 17.
my part of it has been since December 3rd, 1990. I've been here almost a fifth of the 100-year history, and that 100-year history is the solid rock that we stand on at Troy University. You know, it's been named Troy State, Troy Normal, whatever else back down through the years, but they've had football for 100 years, so that's pretty awesome.
Coach Blakeney brought the Trojans to Division I AA in his second year of coaching, and then to Division 1A in 2001.
There's a lot of things that go on now that I think revert back to a winning tradition that maybe was rejuvenated in the 60s with Billy Atkins and some of that crowd of guys that helped win that first national championship.
To commemorate the century of Trojan football, coaches and players are being honored at each home game. Also, a book entitled A Legacy of Champions was published to solidify the achievements of Trojan football over the years.
This is sort of a culmination of a lot of efforts between our former coaches, trainers, players. It celebrates what we are as Trojans.
Championship coach Billy Atkins will be recognized at tonight's game. His family will be here to accept the honor.
Now, although it's still a little while before the two teams hit the field, the competition between the two schools started last week. Amber Carter has the story.
Many Trojan fans claim to bleed Cardinal, and they had the chance to show it at the annual Blood Bowl Wednesday. Students turned out in great numbers to compete against the students of Middle Tennessee. Kayla Clements tells us more about the event.
We have our students that come out and they have their Trojan pride, and we want everybody to know that we're behind our football team and that this is our way of showing, we have our Trojan pride and we want to do our part for the community.
After winning the Blood Bowl for the past 4 years, the Trojans have collected 105 pints of blood and are eagerly waiting to see if they will win a 5th.
Blood is needed everywhere, so regardless of well, more or less like anything, I think it's always a noble cause, at least to donate.
The SGA put up banners across the campus of Troy University to promote the blood drive and to get students psyched about the game on Tuesday.
We wrote on sidewalks, we made signs all last week, and personally you just have to talk to people about it and let them know, look, this is what it's going for, it's for a great cause, and we can win a trophy out of it, so go give blood.
I really appreciate what giving blood means, how it's saving lives and just providing for people. Just read up on how we do have such a great need for that now, and so I just wanted to contribute to that. And also just because of the Blood Bowl, I want to come out and support the Trojans, want to get out there and do what I can to support my schools.
The battle for the Palladium is underway and the Trojan spirit is strong. Amber Carter, Troy TrojanVision News.
Now, Middle Tennessee held their blood drive today, and the results will be announced during the game.
Now, every home game, the Trojans are welcomed to the field by a special entrance video played on the Jumbotron behind us here at Movie Gallery Stadium.
And this year's video is extra special because it was produced by a Trojan that plays on this very field. Taylor Burke has the story.
Troy Trojan offensive lineman Micah Grimes is more than just a player, he is also the man behind the camera. Micah has produced 6 promo videos about the Trojan football team, but his latest work is the entrance video played at every home game as the Trojans make their grand entrance into Movie Gallery Stadium.
It's been pretty cool. It goes back to it's a collective effort, not just me. It was, without those guys I couldn't have got it done, but it's a good feeling, especially with the intro video being shown before games. It's a pretty good feeling.
Mike is a very special person, so he actually, Matt Carlo, works here in our athletic department and runs that external part of what we do here, and they had communicated with each other. It was a project he wanted to do, and so Matt gave him the go-ahead.
Leading up to the making of the entrance video, Micah's 6 football promos featuring some of the more well-known players of the football team have become an instant hit on YouTube.
It's always good to get the Troy name out there, and what better way than to have our athletes doing the acting, and they really did a great job. It was quite surprising. Boris and Levi and Jarrell and some other guys did a really good job.
The popularity of the videos has gotten Troy the attention of a worldwide audience on the internet and has shown the fans a new side of their favorite Trojan football players.
I've heard some great comments. I think they've enjoyed it. It's like anything else. Any product that you put out, you want it to be top quality. You want it to be first class.
Everybody seems to like the videos. I haven't got a bad thing about it. I ask people to critique it sometimes, and they say this or that could have been better. But overall, people find them funny and they enjoy them, and that was what I was going for, was to make people laugh and it'd be a fun thing, and it got the word out there. There's probably over 10,000 hits between all 6 videos, the promos that I did.
Taylor Burke, Troy TrojanVision News.
On this special edition of TrojanVision Nightly News, Brittany Gooden will join us to give us a little background on tonight's battle for the Palladium.
And Troy's SGA has some big plans for tonight's game. We'll let you know what they are right after the break when we speak with Vice President of Campus Activities, Morgan Hooper.